The shape of your reed describes the silhouette or outline of the reed. Shape affects intonation, resonance, and the ease of playing in various registers. Wider shapes accentuate flat tendencies, favor the low register, and have a more flexible resonance. Flat tendencies mean that the notes that normally tend flat on the instrument are even flatter, notes that are normally in tune might be slightly flat, and notes that are normally sharp on the instrument are closer to in tune. This is a benefit especially to second bassoon players. Narrower shapes accentuate sharp tendencies, favor the high register, and have a more focused tone. Sharp tendencies mean that the notes that normally tend sharp on the instrument are sharper. Notes that are normally in tune might be slightly sharp, and notes that are normally flat on the instrument are closer to in tune. This is a benefit especially to principal bassoon players, as well as musicians who play in orchestras that tune above A440. You don't have to own multiple shapers to adjust your shape. The Herzberg shape has very evenly flared blades, and it allows one to move the wires up and down the shape, keeping the proportional measurements between the wires and the clip tip, and creating a variety of shapes from wide to narrow. The narrowest part of any shape acts as a fulcrum, and the second wire should be placed as close to the narrowest part as possible. So to that end, the default wire positions on a Herzberg reed place the second wire at the narrowest part. First wire, third wire. And the blade is eventually clipped at 28 millimeters. I'm going to attach all those lines together. Here is a narrower shape using the same shaper. Here is a wider shape using the same shaper. Notice how the wires and the clip line are retaining their proportions at all times. You can adjust the collar however you like it. Now, if your profiler creates a thumbnail shape, you need to reposition the thumbnail so that it is still in the same place relative to the clip line. Shaping wet might make your shape a little narrower when the cane shrinks as it dries. You can shape either wet or dry. It's just most important that you remain consistent in the process. Look at the outline of the shaper. About here is the narrowest point of the shape. Yeah, I'm going to cut back and forth to that spot, being careful not to push or pull past it. I'm also going to take the cane down gradually, not removing down to the shaper right away. Otherwise, this might happen. Many shapers have notches on the fold line that can help you to either fold the reed after profiling, if you're shaping first, or if you profile first, to line up a profiled piece on the shaper. My shaper has marking pins that create little holes in the underside of the cane. These holes line up directly over similar pins on the cam of my profiler. So I shape and then profile. It reduces the amount of wear on my profiler blades. For shaping, I'm going to use an X-Acto knife. Make sure that you change the blade every 5 to 10 pieces in order to keep it nice and sharp. So now I have this lined up pretty symmetrically, the fold line in the middle. I'm making sure that it's equidistant over my marking pins. Then I'm going to tighten it down. Screw in the marking pins. And start shaping. So the first pieces are going to come off very easily. Now I'm going to start cutting back and forth to that narrowest line. Nice and even against the entire length of the shaper.